Hello everyone, welcome to EduHunt video lecture series, and we are now entering a new module. In this session, we are going to discuss about neural control and coordination. Neural control is something is controlling and taking charge over all the organs. Which one? We know that brain plays a key role in controlling all the organs and the activities of the organs in a body. Whether it is a small or a large body, irrespective of the size of the body, the brain controls the organs. Let us see how it related to the nervous system and what are the functions and the mechanism of control. Let us begin. Yes, this is regarding the conduction of nerve impulse. How we are getting the signals, how the signals are transmitted from brain to other organs and from between the organs and among the organs, and all these things, how they are carrying out in the nervous system or in a body. So that is first starts with the impulse. We call it as nerve impulse. It is nothing but a wave of depolarization. A wave. The nerve impulse conducts through wave. Depolarization. It is nothing but, impulse is nothing but a wave of depolarization. Let us define and go into the details of this conduction. And the conduction of nerve impulse is electrochemical phenomenon, like how the electricity passes in a wire, in a conductor. Like that, we know that electrons, they go to excitement. The excitement passes from one electron to the other. Like that, the flow of electrons is known as current. Like that, electrochemical signals pass from one region to the other. This is called nerve impulse. Nerve impulse is nothing but a depolarization, wave of depolarization, which is established by electrochemical signals. Electrochemical signals, and this movement is known as impulse, nerve impulse, and it can be studied in two parts. One is the conduction through the axon and the conduction through the synapse. Let us see what is an axon and what is a synapse. In the previous session, we have discussed about the neuron structure. Neuron is the unit of nervous system, and the whole control and coordination happens because of these units called nerves. And these nerves play a key role in transmission of signals or impulse. And this impulse is created and generated and transmitted among the neurons. Let us see the structure once again. Structure of neuron. This is the neuron. A typical neuron consists of basically two parts, the body and the fiber part. The body is known as the cyton, where nucleus is situated, and clear nucleus and prominent nucleus with dense cytoplasm, and the endings of the cytons are called the dendrites. Yes, these are the dendrites. Nerve endings are called dendrites. Nerve endings are nothing but the cyton. The cyton part have a branched structures, and these branched endings are known as terminals are known as dendrites, which receive the signal and transmit the signal through the cyton to the axon. Axon is this one. The fibrous part or extended part of the cyton is called the axon. In the axon is surrounded by a myelin sheath, and then there is a node of Ranvier. These structures are called the nodes of Ranvier, and the terminal region, the ending part of the axon is known as the nerve terminals. And these terminals, axon terminals, these terminals have a knob-like structures called the synaptic knobs. Synaptic knobs. These synaptic knobs have the are situated at the extreme tips of the nerve cells or the neurons. This is the structure. And then the myelin sheath. We have seen the myelin sheath. This is the myelin sheath. The pink color I am drawing is the myelin sheath surrounding the axon, which is very important for the transmission of the signal, because depending on this sheath, the thickness, the sheath, the transmission of the signal or the impulse generation and transmission depends. The conduction of nerve impulse through the myelin fiber is called saltatory conduction. Saltatory movement is nothing but like jumping movement. The signals jump from one to the other. This kind of movement is called saltatory movement, and impulse jumps, and this kind of jumping is called saltate, means to jump. So saltatory conduction, the myelin sheath shows saltatory conduction of nerve impulse from one node to other. Let us see how. From this to here, from here to here, and from here to here, from one node to another. From one node to another node, the nerve impulse jumps. This kind of jumping is called saltatory movement or saltatory conduction or transmission. The conduction through myelinated fibers is faster and economical because depolarization develops in less area. Because of that, it is economical in nature and also it is faster. The nerve impulse conduction becomes faster because these are the myelinated sheaths are they have the nodes. Only the nodal regions show this transmission, and only this kind of, as I mentioned, this kind of transmission occurs only at the nodal regions, that is nodes. And in the second one, the synapses or synapses. Synapses are nothing but the junction between the nerve ending of one nerve or one neuron and the dendritic region of the other neuron, like this. This is another neuron, and this region is called the synapse. And the synapse also plays a role in nerve impulse transmission. And there is a delay at every synapse because the nerve signal has to travel along the axon through the myelin sheath, and therefore more time is taken when compared to the transmission through myelin sheath. Transmission through myelin sheath occurs only at nodes. That is why the signal or the impulse jumps from one node to another. That is why we call it as a saltatory movement. But in case of synaptic conduction, the electrical or the nerve impulse, it is passed in a delayed manner, delayed way. Because this delay occurs, because of this one, it takes more time, and the number of synapses or synapses is greater. If the number increases, the velocity will be reduced, because it is indirectly proportional to the number of synapses. Velocity is indirectly proportional to the number of synapses. If the number of synapses are more, the velocity decreases. If the number of synapses are less, then the velocity becomes more, increases. Because if through the synapses, as I mentioned, this is the synapse, the junction between the nerve cells or the neurons is the synapse, and this synapse takes more time to pass the nerve impulse or to conduct the nerve impulse. Because if the number of synapses are more, the velocity will be less. It will take more time to pass on, or it will take more time to transmit the signal or nerve impulse. And the third thing that generates, that depends, that guides that determines the electrical or the nerve impulse signal is the diameter. If the diameter of the cross-section area, if the cross-section area is more, the number of voltage gates, I'll show you what are voltage gates in the next upcoming video. And then voltage gates will also be more, because if there is more diameter, the number of voltage gate channels will be more. That is, voltage gates are nothing but openings of the membrane. So depolarization will be faster. If there are more number of gates, the flow will be more. That is why polarization, flow of what? Ions. So the polarization becomes more and faster, and velocity will be greater. Or if the area of cross section is more, then the velocity becomes increases. So the neurotransmitters, in the next video we'll see what are neurotransmitters, and these are the three important factors which are important for transmission of the signal, nerve impulse. One is the myelin sheath, and second one is the synapse, and third is the area of the cross section or diameter of the neuron. If the diameter is more, if the area of the cross section is more, the velocity becomes increases. That is directly proportional. And the myelin sheath also directly proportional, because if the myelin sheath, in this myelin sheath, only the nodes are involved in transmission of the impulse. That is why jumping occurs. The nerve impulse jumps from one node to another, as I shown in the picture. That is why the transmission becomes faster. Whereas in synapses, if the number of synapses are more, the velocity becomes less, because through the synapses, the electrical conduction or the nerve pulse is lesser. It moves slowly, conducts slowly. And these are the three factors which determine the velocity of the nerve impulse. Let us watch a video. I have taken this from the YouTube. You just check how the nerve impulse carries or conducts.
A nerve impulse is an electrical current that travels along dendrites or axons due to ions moving through voltage-gated channels in the neuron's plasma membrane. Voltage-gated channels open and close in response to an electrical voltage, so they are affected by changes in electrical charge around them. When a neuron is at rest, a charge difference is maintained between the inside and outside of the cell. This charge difference is produced and maintained largely by active transport using sodium-potassium pumps. The pumps send sodium ions out of the cell and bring potassium ions in, while other channels allow some flow of potassium ions back out of the cell. The sodium ions cannot easily get back in to replace the lost positive charges. The overall result is that the exterior of the cell has a net positive charge and the interior has a net negative charge. The difference in charge between the interior and exterior of the cell is called the resting membrane potential. A nerve impulse begins when a stimulus disturbs the plasma membrane on a dendrite, causing sodium channels to open. Sodium ions flow into the cell, lessening the charge difference at that location. If the change is enough, it will cause nearby voltage-gated sodium channels to open. This allows so many sodium ions to flood into the cell at that location that the membrane there is depolarized, with the local region inside the cell having a net positive charge and the outside of the cell having a net negative charge. This affects neighboring voltage-gated sodium channels, which then open, moving the depolarization along the membrane. This moving depolarization is called an action potential. Changes occur behind the action potential to restore the resting membrane potential. The voltage-gated sodium channels close and voltage-gated potassium channels open. This allows a rapid flow of potassium ions out of the cell, repolarizing the membrane so that the inside is again negative and the outside positive. This is followed by use of sodium-potassium pumps to fully restore the resting membrane potential and to reestablish proper concentrations of sodium and potassium ions inside and outside of the cell.
This video gives information regarding how the nerve impulse conducts or transmits. In the initial stage, we have seen an electrical current is generated and it is passed through the dendrites and then cyton through the axon till the nerve endings.
A nerve impulse is an electrical current that travels along dendrites or axons due to ions moving through voltage-gated channels in the neuron's plasma.
In this video, you can see this is the impulse. This impulse is passing from dendrites to the axon, to the cyton and via axon to the nerve endings. In that way, it is one neuron, and in the next adjacent there will be another neuron. In that way, the signal passes from one neuron to other. Electrical gradient or electrochemical potential will be maintained. And in the next, at the end, it was shown that the membrane has these gates. I mentioned that the voltage gates are present on the membrane of neuron. So the membrane consists of these voltage gated channels, and these channels, these gates may be opened or closed depending upon the charge generated or the depolarization state. So depolarization, repolarization, these are the resting potential. These are the terms that we should remember. And while explaining the transmission of signal, the mechanism, I'll explain in detail once again along with this, with the help of this video. I play this video again when I explain the mechanism. And now let us go to the details of this. And just now we have seen that these are the, it is nothing but, it is conduction of nerve impulse. It is a wave. It is a wave of depolarization. Just now we have seen there are positive and negative charges on the membrane inside the cell and outside the cell. So inside the membrane and outside the membrane, these charges are there, and all about the balancing these charges, maintaining the potential that happens during the movement of ions in and out. That is, transfer of ion and exchange of ion takes place in the neurons. That will be explained later. Anyway, this is a transfer of electrochemical potential, and it's a phenomenon like jumping. Sometimes the signal jumps and sometimes it moves from one to another in a plain gradual manner. In the next session, we are going to discuss about central nervous system, the brain. Anyway, I hope you have understood the concept of neuron, the nerve cell, the structure, and what is the nerve impulse and how it generates and passes, and what are the factors which determine the velocity of the impulse. In the next session, we'll go with the details of brain. Goodbye.